Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be when people update you about the narcissist. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So at times, and this is post-narcissistic relationship, when you've gone no contact, you blocked them, deleted all flying monkeys, and removed all people associated with the narcissist if you've had the ability to do so, or if you've gone gray rock. But after the relationship has dissolved and it's culminated, it's finished, you many times will receive information about the narcissist. Now, will you want to have this information be presented to you? In the very beginning of the ending of the relationship, an example, if the relationship ended recently, yeah, perhaps you do want some information and perhaps you are looking for a Hoover. Remember, you do not want to receive a Hoover. A Hoover is when the narcissist believes you are still vulnerable and you are weak, and they can go back for more manipulation and abuse for another round, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds until you finally get the message. If you have not received a Hoover, that is a great thing. That's a beautiful thing. You don't want to receive the Hoover. But having said this, when the relationship has ended, and let's say it ended recently, well, maybe you still want some information about the narcissist. I get that, it's natural. That's just part of the healing path. You're still curious. Most likely you did not get closure. And also you probably don't have a support system because the smear campaign was well underway. And you, when the relationship ended, you got a hard dose of reality as to who was on your side and or who was in your corner. And it certainly wasn't the narcissist throughout the whole relationship. You just didn't understand it until the very end. Now, also, let's say that you are divorcing a narcissist or you are moved out, but you're not divorced yet. Whatever the circumstance, say you share children, whether they're little or adults. The point being, many times you will receive information about the narcissist from individuals who are flying monkeys, which I will get into, and then also from people that are flying monkeys and don't even know they're flying monkeys, and then just from people who don't know any better. Perhaps you lost touch with them or lost contact with them and they just don't know. You see, when you were in a narcissistic relationship, it is toxic and it is one of the most lopsided / devastating and destructive relationships you can be a part of. And you didn't know it when you entered the relationship. The thing is, many people on the exterior, they perhaps thought that the person that you are thinking of right now was a kind, loving individual, because remember that those people, the exterior people, the people that don't really get to know the narcissist, they don't experience the abuse. They don't get the toxicity. They see Dr. Jekyll and you see Mr. Hyde when the front door opens. Remember, the narcissist is like they are an empty shell, but they essentially are a used car with a brand new paint job that you got involved with, and there's no substance to them. The motor doesn't run. They just want to extract you as fuel. For a whole different video. Point being, many times people post-narcissistic relationship, or when you're ending it, or you're separated, you will receive information about the whereabouts of the narcissist, or the new hairstyle they have, or their new romantic interests, or where they're living, or their job status, or how they're doing great, or how they're not doing great, or how they miss you or don't miss you, or all these kind of things. Now, again, many times people in general are flying monkeys and they don't even know it. Example, children, no matter what age, if you share children with the narcissist, or you did, please drop comments below. You'll know what I'm talking about. What that means is the children, they really don't know. Let's say they're younger children, not younger. Well, they most likely are having to spend time with you, and they had to spend time with the narcissist, like maybe a couple days on, a couple days off, back and forth, things like that. Very difficult situation to be in, but it's so much more difficult to be in when you are doing your best to parent the children and the narcissist is smearing you to children. That's one part. So what may happen is, an example is the kids may get information about the narcissist, your ex, and share it back with you without even knowing that they are doing so. Now again, perhaps you want to know this information, perhaps you don't. As the kids get older, or the children get older, let's say they're young adults now, this also happens. Many times they are innocently pawns in the narcissistic abusive cycle. They don't have the wisdom. They don't know what's going on because all they know is one of their parents, as an example, perhaps is not as kind and loving as the other individual. Now, having said that, they again can innocently report back information as to how then, let's say they visited your ex or your soon-to-be ex. They could report back what they are doing with their time, their hobbies, how they're acting or feeling, and they can report this back to you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to know this. I'm trying to get away from anything about this person. I don't want to hear their name. I don't want to know what they're doing. I want nothing to do with them at all. But I have to tolerate this for a period of time because we still share children. So that is one example. Another example is very simply, like I mentioned on the channel frequently, flying monkeys. Many people know that they are, let's say, flying monkeys. Now, will they know the term? No. But will they be looking and researching about you and trying and getting, or about you or the narcissist and getting information to share it back with you or the narcissist? Absolutely. These are minions. These are people that are trying to inflict harm upon you. And they probably try to do it throughout the relationship. You just didn't know about it. But the point is, again, the narcissist, what they will do is they have the flying monkeys under their wings, under the wraps. And what they will do many times is they'll ask the flying monkeys to research you, yes, you. And then what they will do is ask the flying monkeys to get in contact with you and let you know how great the narcissist is doing. Or whatever the message is. Maybe the narcissist fell upon hard times and they're trying to play the victim card with you. The narcissist can spin this any way they want to until you get the wisdom on channels like mine and many others. Then it's checkmate. It's game over for the narcissist. When you finally can separate your mind and your heart and you understand that this individual you were with turns out to be a narcissist, they don't benefit you. They don't benefit anybody. What they do is they want people to be thinking about them, and they want flying monkeys and or unsuspecting individuals to report back to you at times about how the narcissist is doing. So again, maybe you'll drop your guard down, maybe you will unblock them, maybe you will feel sorry for them, maybe you will loan them money, maybe you will visit them if they're not doing well, things like that. Again, if you are on this channel and you've been on the channel for any period of time, you know what the path is. Once you get the wisdom about the narcissistic abusive cycle, and if you have experienced it, the path is to go no contact, block the narcissist, remove all flying monkeys and people associated with them, and get as far away from them as possible if you can. If you can't, utilize gray rock, minimize your exposure, and don't believe in the false narrative of the narcissist. But having said this, you could be having a great day, week, month, or period of time, and then lo and behold, something pops up. Someone will just you bump into somebody and they'll be like, oh, how's so-and-so doing? I heard that they are X, Y, and Z. And you're like, I really don't want to know about that. It's not what I'm interested in, thank you. And you may have to remove that person or not. But the point is, many people know what they're doing when they're giving you updates about the narcissist. Many people don't know. Remember, in every narcissistic relationship, there are casualties. There are dozens, if not hundreds of casualties. Think about the extended family members. Think about the siblings. Think about the brothers, sisters, moms, dads, aunts, uncles, friends, neighbors, co-workers, people in any community you're associated with. The narcissistic abusive cycle, for you watching the video, this is your journey. And usually you think about yourself. And on the channel, I mention frequently, post-narcissistic relationship, you do come first, second, and third. You are the priority. And the reason why that is because you put the narcissist ahead of yourself when you're in the relationship. But having said that, if you zoom out just for a moment and you understand that when the relationship ended that you were a part of, it wasn't just you, although you are the priority. I'm saying that many, many other people's lives were affected by the narcissistic relationship. Many. So understand the message. The other thing I want to mention is that when people are reporting back to you or giving you updates about the narcissist, sometimes it is meant to inflict harm on you. It is. It's meant to try to get you trapped back in that, narcissistic abusive cycle, try to have you think, wow, have they changed? Do they miss me? Are they available? Do they want to talk to me? Should I unblock them? Those are all resounding no, 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 and no. Then remember, the narcissist can't change. They don't introspect, they can't love, and they have no empathy. They are literally hollow inside. What they want to do, which is what they did for a period of time when you were in the relationship with them, is extract your resources from you. And I'm certain they worked at it very hard while in the relationship because they knew the relationship would implode, because every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. It's just a fact, because people get jaded, get tired, get burnt out, they have no more resources, and they can't take it. Or they get discarded, and the same thing. Why did they get discarded? Because the narcissist most likely found your replacement. Again, these are things we're learning and we understand now. But what I'm trying to mention on this video is if there's any avenue of communication that is available to you that is a direct link to the narcissist, and these people, no matter who it is, if they're reporting information back to you about the narcissist and you don't want to hear about it, I strongly suggest you try to place a boundary in place and let them know, if they're of age, hey, I really don't want to hear about this. I can communicate with you, or I would prefer to communicate with you, but I don't want to hear the name. I don't want any updates. It doesn't serve me. So if you're able to do that, and I know if there are children involved, it would be very challenging to do so, but if the individuals you're thinking of are older, I would put that boundary in place. Example, very simple example. It's the holidays, which is just passed, and say that you went to a family dinner and everyone at the dinner table knows that, let's say recently you got divorced and you divorced the narcissist, and you just went through a battle to divorce them, let alone the relationship and all the toxicity you experienced, but you did that. And then let's just say somebody you haven't seen in a while at that holiday dinner, they bring up your ex. Oh, I saw them at the store, or I saw them in ABC. These kind of things are what I'm talking about. Now, I understand the holidays is usually only once or a couple times a year, I get it. But if any time you hear the narcissist name or an update about them, if you're getting anxiety or you're not feeling comfortable and it doesn't benefit you, which usually it doesn't benefit you post-narcissistic relationship, I strongly suggest you place a boundary and you tell that individual politely, hey, that was then, this is now, I'm living my best life, I'm living in the present moment. I would prefer not to hear any updates about the individual, just whatever they're doing, God bless them. That's what I'm mentioning. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are. And remember, you are not alone. Continue to move forward each and every day. Continue to invest in yourself. Continue to learn and to grow. Become awakened and aware, educated and empowered. I love you guys. Have a great evening or morning or afternoon, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And remember, if you are hearing the narcissist name by an individual, many times they don't know what they're doing, so you need to politely let them know, hey, I prefer not to hear that name. Or sometimes they do know what they're doing, and that person needs to be removed and have no access to you. Either way, if you don't want to hear the name or the updates, I strongly suggest you control what you can control. God bless you guys. I love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye.